Hi everyone, welcome back to the new class with a new topic. Today we can discuss the topic planning. What's the planning? First one, the concept of planning. Planning is deciding in advance what to do. So it is the beginning of the management process. It is the beginning of the management process. All business firms dream of becoming successful, increase their sales and earn profit. To turn these dreams into reality, managers need to work hard in thinking about the future, in making business prediction and achieving targets. Dreams can be turned to reality. Only business managers think in advance what to do and how to do it. That means what to do, when to do, how to do, and who will do a particular task. This is the essence of planning. So, planning is a process of thinking before doing. It is a bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to go. So we can say that planning refers to the process of setting objectives for a given time period, formulating various courses of action to achieve them, and then selecting the best possible alternative from among the various courses of available actions. So the main aspects in the concept of planning are setting objective for a given time period, formulating various course of action to achieve them, and select the best possible alternative from among the various course of actions available. Along with this one, we can discuss the features or characteristics of planning. First one, planning focuses on achieving objectives. So to achieve an objective, we are planning. So next, planning is a primary functions of management. First functions of management. Planning is pervasive. Planning is required to all levels and all departments of the organization. So it's not an exclusive function of top management or a particular department. It is applicable to the everywhere, even in our daily life too. Planning is a continuous process. It's a never-ending process. Plans are prepared for a specific period of time. At the end of that period, there is a need for a new plan on the basis of the new situations and condition. Planning is futuristic. Plan aims to look into future analysis and interpret to the best advantages of the organization. Planning involves decision making. It involves proper and careful analysis of various alternatives and selecting the best possible alternative. So, decision making also involving in planning. Planning is a mental exercise. Planning requires application of mind involving foresight, intelligence, imagination and sound judgment. So, planning is an intellectual activities. Next one is the importance of planning. First one, planning provides direction. By stating the objectives in advance, planning provides direction for action. By stating these objectives in advance, when goals are well defined, employees know in advance what the organization has to do and what they must do to achieve these goals. Next one, planning reduces the uncertainty. Uncertainty means risk. Future is uncertain. Planning enables the managers to look ahead and anticipate changes and prepare for the risk by making the necessary provisions. Next is the planning facilitate decision making. Already we discussed that one. Planning facilitate decision making. Planning helps the manager to look into future and make a choice from amongst various alternative courses of action. Next, planning establishes the standard for controlling. Controlling involves comparison of actual performance with the predetermined standard. Planning provides the standard against which the actual performance is evaluated. Next, planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. That's we already discussed. Planning reduces overlapping the wasteful activities. Planning coordinates the efforts of different division, department, individuals, etc. It helps to avoid the confusion, misunderstanding and minimizing the useless activities. One more is there, planning promotes the innovative ideas. While planning, many new ideas arises and the result into the creative, innovative and foresighted attitude among the managers. Such a new ideas can take the shape of the concrete plan that will help to achieve the organizational goals effectively and efficiently. Next, limitations of planning. First one, planning leads to rigidity into the organizational work. So, in an organization, plans are drawn up with the specific goals to be achieved within a specific time frame. These plans decided the future course of action, and the managers may not be in the position to change it. This kind of rigidity in plan may create difficulty. Next one, planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Business environment is dynamic. Plans have to be operate in an external environment which consists of a number of dimensions like economic, political, technological, legal and social. Okay, it is very difficult to make accurate forecast in the environment if there is a change in economic policy or political condition, and these are not stable, and there is a, if it is a natural calamity, then also this plan won't work. So next one, planning reduces the creativity. That means planning is an activity which is done by the top level management. Top level management and the rest of the members have to strictly follow these plans. Middle management and the other decision makers are neither allowed to deviate from the plans nor are they permitted to act on their own. As a result, they do not get opportunity to show their skill, and it limits their initiativeness and creativity. And next one, it is a time consuming process. So, sometimes formulating of plans take so much time, and that there is not much time left for the implementation. Implementation we will get little time, but the planning will take a lot of time. That's a time consuming process. Next, planning provides only a basis for success but not for a guarantee of success. Planning the success of an enterprise is possible only when plans are properly drawn up and implemented. It means plans need to be translated into action, otherwise they become meaningless. Next one, planning process. Next and important one is the planning process or step in the planning process. First one is the setting objective for the organization. The first and foremost step of planning is setting up of objectives or goals. These objectives or goals may be a set of for the entire organization and each department within the organization. Such objectives specify what the organization want to achieve. For example, objectives of the organization could mean an increase in the sales by 20%. Objectives should be stated clearly for all department, units and employees. They give direction to the all department. If the end result is clear, it becomes easier to work towards the goals. Department need to set their own objectives within the broad framework of the organizational philosophy. Managers should also contribute ideas and participate in the objective setting process. And next one is the developing planning premises. Planning involves deciding the future course of action, which is quite uncertain. So, every manager has to make certain assumption about the future. These assumptions are called premises. So, planning premises are the assumption made about the future on the basis of which the plans are drawn. Next one, identifying the alternative course of action. Identifying alternative course of action means after setting the objectives and making assumption about the future, the next step is to determine alternative course of action through which organization can achieve its objectives. For every plan, there are a number of options. All the alternative course of action should be identified. The course of action which may be taken could be either routine or innovative. An innovative course may be adopted by involving more people and sharing their ideas. Next one is the evaluating the alternative course of action. After identifying and listing out the possible alternative course, next step is to evaluate each alternative. Each course will have many variables which needs to be weighed against each other. The positive and negative points of each alternatives are thoroughly examined in the light of the objectives to be achieved. The alternatives should be compared and evaluated in the light of feasibility, cost, consequences, benefit and so on. Next step is the select an alternative. Select the best alternative. After evaluating the various alternatives, the next step is to select the most suitable course of action. This is the real point of decision making. The alternative to be selected should be the most feasible, profitable, and with the least negative consequences. Sometimes a combination of plan may be selected instead of one best course. When a plan cannot be subjected to the mathematical analysis, then subjectivity, judgment, and experience of the manager play an important part in selecting the most variable alternative. Next one is the implementing the plan. This is the most important step. This is a step where other organizational function also become into the practice. Plans are not used until these plans put into action. So this step is concerned with transforming the plan into action by activating the other managerial functions. Next one is a follow-up action. The last step in planning process is to see whether plans are being implemented and activates are performed according to the schedule. Monitoring the plan is important to ensure the objectives are achieved. These are the steps in planning process. Next one is the types of plans. Types of plans. Types of plan. Plan is a document showing detailed schemes, programs, and strategy worked out in advance for fulfilling an objectives. Plans can be classified into the several types depending on the use and the length of the planning period to provide guidance to the managers for making decisions and solving problems. Various kinds of plans are drawn. These plans can be classified into, first one is a single use plan and then one is a standing plan. What is a single use plan? Single use plan is one-time plan which is specifically designed to achieve a particular goal. That is a one program, one budget, etc. The example. Single-use plans are made for handling non-recurring problems. They cannot be used again and again. So these plans include budget, programs, and project, etc. So this is otherwise called a specific plan also. Another name is a specific plan. Next plan is a standing plan. Standing plan is one which is used for activities that occur regularly over a period of time. It is designed to ensure that internal operations of an organization run smoothly. Such a plan generally enhances efficiency in routine decision making. Example, standing plan. Example are policies, procedures, methods, rules, etc. So what is the objectives? Objectives are the end which the management seeks to achieve by its operation. Then what is a strategy? Strategy refers to the future decision defining the organization's directions and scope in long run. Policies are general statement that guidance thinking or channelize the energies towards a particular direction. Procedures are routine step on how to carry out the activities. Methods, these provide the prescribed way or manner in which a task to be done. Rule means they inform what is to be done, that is do's and don'ts for the employees. This all about the planning chapter, planning concept. I hope all understood, and we will come back and we will meet with a new video, the topic organizing. Thank you and have a nice day.